Is brought to you by RMB, a leading African corporate and investment bank that provides innovative financial solutions for clients across the continent.
Welcome back. Still watching Closing Bell. West Africa. Nigeria needs $750 million in 5 years to become self-sufficient in fish production. However, to achieve the milestone, Africa's most populated country will need to create the enabling environment, including building the infrastructure required. CNBC Africa's Nkechi Ogbonna reports.
According to the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, various food production systems identify aquaculture as an important element in the global fight against hunger, malnutrition, and poverty, particularly in developing nations like Nigeria. Dr. Akinwumi Adeshino says Nigeria requires about 2.1 million metric tons of fish annually to satisfy the dietary requirements of its large population.
The amount of fish we produce in Nigeria today is maybe less than 700,000 metric tons. But we also make for the shortfall by importing frozen fish into the country. But despite the fact that we produce our import, we still have a shortage in terms of the gap between demand and supply. And so that is where aquaculture comes in.
Value addition to fish and fish products has been highlighted by experts as ways of generating more income locally and increasing export value.
But when you talk about added value, you have the issues of processing. You can fillet fish and sell fillets. You can do canning of different fish. You can do smoked fish. You can do a lot of processes which can sell fish in different ways. And the market in Nigeria is huge and has enough space and potential for all of those.
Nigeria is the largest importer of frozen fish in Africa. Among the reasons for the huge imports are the challenges fish farmers encounter.
Getting high-quality fish feed in Nigeria at the moment is quite difficult. There are very, very few, maybe one or two producers who are meeting international standards with the quality of the feed. So most of the feed is imported, and that also makes it very expensive for the growers because the fish feed is the biggest expense. It's up to 60 to 70% of the total cost of growing fish.
The reality is Nigeria does not currently produce in industrial quantities fish meal. So even if you are a local producer of fish feed, you have to import what is effectively 70 to 75% of the value of the fish feed in fish meal from many of the places, Europe. I understand people are now importing from Mauritania. But what that creates is an environment where the fish feed, by the time the farmer gets it, is very expensive.
I think the basic thing, first of all, is energy. Energy, because you see that there is a technology that we call water recirculation system. If you are using a water recirculation system, you can harvest your fish 3 times a year. But then that technology of what we call water recirculation system requires 24 hours energy.
My understanding is that many of the fish farmers, they struggle to be able to market their products effectively. There really is not a very well-developed downstream fish packaging and processing industry, and so they end up selling really to a lot of informal markets, which really makes it a challenge for them, particularly when you're dealing with a perishable product. Solve the underlying problem, which is in a lack of availability of locally available fish meal. You have to stimulate the growth of the fish meal industry in Nigeria. So the infrastructure that's required for that is to support investors who will be in the space of catching the industrial fish that would be utilized for this fish meal.
Now, the growing focus on agriculture in Nigeria is attracting